China Battle Royale Episode 5. So the dictatorships in Ningxia, Shanxi, Henan, Hebei, Beijing, and Tianjin that managed to take power through coup d'etats suffer due to extreme sanctions from Shanghai, Sichuan, Hubei, Anhui, Liaoning, and the Coastal League and South Korea. This causes the ones in Ningxia and Shanxi to collapse. The one in Hebei is worried that Liaoning might invade in order to get rid of the dictatorship, so it decides to invade first and gets a 1. Its invading fleet is its invading force is completely destroyed. Let's see how Liaoning responds to this attack attempt. 10. And Liaoning makes significant progress all the way up to here. Yeah, they're all here, about 2/3 of the way to Shijiazhuang. However, this brings them into borders with both Beijing and Tianjin. Let's see how they respond. 9. They managed to push Liaoning forces back to here. Let us see how Liaoning responds to this. 5. Nothing really happens. Maybe they lose some troops on their side of the control line. Now let's see how well Hebei responds. 4, which is not good. Liaoning takes this and is now bordering Tianjin. Let's see how well Liaoning acts. 10. This is very good. Liaoning manages to come all the way to here. Along with that, it also overthrows the dictatorships in both Beijing and Tianjin. Let's see how well. And Hebei is now cornered at Shijiazhuang. Let's see how well it moves. 6. I'll say they make minor progress. What about Liaoning? If this is 5, it's peace. 2. This is not good for Liaoning, who has the front lines pushed back to here and are driven out of Beijing, who reinstalls that dictator. What about the dictator state of Hebei? 4. This is bad. So once again, Liaoning retakes Beijing and pushes Hebei forces back to here. Let's see if Liaoning can keep going. 8, and it can. It completely deposes the dictator of Hebei. But in agreement, it does not occupy any forces. This Henan decides that it's time to restore the dictatorship in Hebei. So let's see how it. So it launches a war to occupy and reinstate the dictator. 2. This is very bad. Its invading forces are completely destroyed. Let's see how well Hebei's counteroffensive is. 5. Not really. I'll just say that it's this. Let's see if Henan can do anything. And no, it can not. Hebei pushes to here to reunite. Here, let's see whether Hebei can keep going. Yes, it can. And up here. You're almost encircling the dictator in Zhengzhou. Let's see if the dictator of Henan can do anything. And it cannot. Hebei manages to depose the dictator of and annex Henan. Henan. Meanwhile, the dictator of Ningxia flees to Shaanxi, who promptly executes him. Whereas the dictator of Shaanxi he is enraged by who managed to reinstate himself, is enraged by this and declares war on Shaanxi. And his forces are completely destroyed. Let's see how well Shaanxi does. 2. Its defense forces are not that good, with Shaanxi managing to push this far almost into Taiyuan. And let's see if Shaanxi can keep going. 5. I'll just say that they're pushed a bit further away from Taiyuan. Let's see if Shaanxi can keep going. Yes, it manages to push the Shaanxi dictatorship's forces even further back to here. The dictator state of Shaanxi. 8. Shaanxi manages to almost encircle Taiyuan. Let's see what Shaanxi can do. 2. Shaanxi is annexed by Shaanxi. Next, Shaanxi goes into Ningxia to restore its dictatorship and is destroyed. Let's see if Ningxia can do anything. 7. Yes, Ningxia manages to come all the way up to here. Let's see how well Shaanxi responds. Minor progress. I'll just say that they move the front lines back to here. They rolled a 6. Let's see if Ningxia can do anything. 5. Their forces are pushed back even further. Let's see if the dictatorship can do anything. 3. No, it cannot. The dictatorship of Shaanxi is pushed all the way back here, almost and Xi'an is right here, and the front lines are right there. Can Ningxia keep going? Yes. Ningxia manages to completely defeat Shaanxi forces and overthrow their dictator and give Shaanxi its independence back. And it's back. What else should I do? Stressed at how much invasion is going on Tibet, Xizang decides to build a wall on its border with Xinjiang and Qinghai. Meanwhile, Sichuan demands Gansu, but is not taken seriously. Oh, I wrote XZ on Mongolia. It should be XJ. Inner Mongolia is upset that all of its dictatorship allies have been overthrown, and decides that it is that it wants to get them back. So the first thing it does is invade. Ningxia. So it immediately invades Ningxia, Shanxi, Shanxi, Heilong, and Hebei. These three of these were dictator states not to mention that Hebei even overthrew a dictatorship. Shanxi executed a dictator, and he also made it Liaoning for overthrowing the dictator of Hebei. Let's see how well Inner Mongolia's first offensive is. Terrible. Its invading forces are completely crushed. Let's see how well among this entire border. Let's see how well the others do. 4. Or they can't really make a counteroffensive. Let's see how well Inner Mongolia does. 10. I'll just say that they get Ningxia. And completely evict the Shanxi forces from Gansu, and make progress along this line. Let's see how the other provinces respond. 2. Quite terrible. Shanxi Yi and Shanxi both fall to Inner Mongolia. As both Beijing and Tianjin, who all have both Beijing and Tianjin. Now, let's see if Inner Mongolia can keep going. And the answer is not. Hebei manages to retake both Beijing and Tianjin, expelling Beijing, Tianjin, and Shanxi, expelling Inner Mongolia from their forces. And Liaoning even begins an offensive, the first successful offensive against Inner Mongolia. Liaoning even asks convinces Xinjiang and Qinghai to get involved. Let's see how well they do. I'll just say they managed to make this much progress in Shanxi. Let's see how well Inner Mongolia responds to that. 7. They managed to expel Liaoning from their forces and retake Ningxia. Let's see how well the United Provinces can perform. 4. They managed to evict all non-Inner Mongolia forces from Shanxi. Let's see how well Inner Mongolia can do. 2. Inner Mongolia is expelled from Ningxia. And Shanxi. And Shanxi, as well as Xinjiang, starting to invade Inner Mongolia's possessions in Mongolia, capturing this month, and Shanghai invading in Gansu. Let's see how well these forces continue. 9. Shanghai completely takes over Gansu from Inner Mongolia. And Xinjiang and Liang, and these provinces even make an incursion into the land border. Hohhot is now bordering enemy front lines. Let's see how well Inner Mongolia responds to this. 6. I'll just say they managed to push Xinjiang a bit farther away from Ulaanbaatar. Now let's see how well the coalition responds. 2. They make more progress in kicking the Xinjiang out of Mongolia. Now let's see if Inner Mongolia can keep going. 1. No, they cannot. Xinjiang makes significant progress in Mongolia, even capturing Ulaanbaatar. Shanghai takes this much of Inner Mongolia. Ningxia takes that much. Shanxi also extends all the way up to the border with Inner Mongolia. Also extends its control up to the China-Mongolia border, with Shanxi doing the same, capturing Hohhot, the capital. Hebei begins. He even aggressively takes over this, and Liaoning makes progress, significant progress, even going up to here, even conquering this entire thing, but just letting his friends Heilongjiang and Jilin have part of it. This brings both of them into the fray. Now Inner Mongolia only controls this land, none of which is even in China. Let's see if the coalition can keep on going. 5. I'll just leave that as peace. Inner Mongolia. So here's the peace agreement. Shanghai gets this, Ningxia gets that, Shanxi gets this, Shanxi gets this, Hebei gets this, Liaoning gets this, Jilin, and Heilongjiang. All of this is with Inner All of this is now controlled by non-Inner Mongolia. However, there was something that I left out. This peace was only ever actually made with Ningxia, Shanxi, and all of these provinces and Xinjiang. No peace treaty was ever really signed with Jilin, Heilongjiang, or Qinghai, who make minor progress. Let's see if Inner Mongolia can respond. And no, it cannot. Qinghai manages to take this land and officially gain control over lands that isn't even part of China. For the first time in forever. And Heilongjiang even takes this. And I'll just give Jilin this. Now let's see if they can continue. 9. Yes, they can. Qinghai pushes all the way up to here. You're only sad that it can't border Russia. And Jilin gets the rest of Mongolia. So that is what happens in episode 5. A bunch of dictatorships get overthrown. Hebei takes over Henan, and these provinces all destroy Inner Mongolia.